Representative Pohutsky offers a series of 8 amendments identified as Amendment 1I.
Speaker recognizes Representative Pohutsky.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today in support of my amendment, which would provide several important protections and resources for pregnant people in Michigan in light of Monday's draft Supreme Court opinion. The first part of this amendment addresses exactly that. It would fund a public education campaign for fiscal year 22 to ensure residents know what their rights are currently and when and if they change. This draft opinion has created confusion for many Michiganders. At this moment, and until a formal opinion is issued, abortion is legal in the state of Michigan. However, while some were celebrating Tuesday with under-seasoned chicken on dry biscuits, my office was fielding questions from people wondering if they could still make an appointment to receive an abortion. This amendment takes into account that one of the few things worse than having your bodily autonomy stripped away is not knowing whether or not it has already happened. Next, this amendment would fund legal aid for abortion providers and patients. The sudden scuttling of a right people have had for nearly 50 years and the replacement of it with an almost century-old law that criminalizes a safe and common medical procedure will undoubtedly leave many patients in a perilous position, while forcing providers to choose between fulfilling their obligation to first do no harm or to avoid prosecution. If this body is insistent on putting people in that position, then we owe it to them to provide a legal defense. This amendment does that. This amendment also funds an abortion travel fund. When Roe is overturned, Michiganders will have to travel out of state, most likely to Illinois, to access safe and legal abortion. While this might not be too onerous for privileged people, disadvantaged communities will bear the brunt of these obstacles. Without this amendment, folks who don't have paid time off to access care that they have previously been able to receive here will be faced with further undue burdens when forced to travel outside of Michigan. Once again, if we are going to create that scenario, we should have to foot the bill, personal responsibility and all. Lastly, this amendment would ensure that state funds are prohibited from being used to prosecute or investigate abortion, and that county revenue sharing would be clawed back if that county prosecutes an abortion provider or patient. Accessing and providing health care, whether you personally agree with it or not, is not a crime, and that money would be better spent providing better futures for the Michigan children who are already here and seem to be regularly forgotten about. I urge support for my amendment.